Hello, this is Beverly Cristan, and I'm going to show you my individual plan. First, I'm going to start with my content, which would be for second grade, and it would be matter and energy. The students knows that matter has physical properties, and those properties determine how it is described, classified, changed, and used. The student is expected to classify matter by physical properties, including relative temperature, texture, flexibility, and whether material is a solid or a liquid. My pedagogy would be students will work with a partner to classify whether materials are solid or liquid using hands-on activities. The reason I put this is because in my classroom, I'm going to try to provide different resources for my students. So if I have students that are diverse learners that, use kinesthetic strategies instead of visual and audio, then I would have more of hands-on activities. Of course, we're including the technology tools. Students will watch a video, then work on a worksheet and play a Kahoot game. And the Kahoot game is going to be for me to be able to check their understanding. And this would be done on a tablet, and they would be able to play with the entire class. So the content knowledge, what? Is for second grade science, and we're talking about matter. The pedagogy knowledge, how? First, I would start my lesson whole group, have the students watch the video together. If I need to further give further instruction about the material, I would provide an extra resource and this would be found on Nearpod, and I'll give more information on that. Then I would have them work with a partner. I would put the student, each student would be paired up by their level of understanding. So I would put a low level with a high level. This way they can help each other out. I've noticed that students with attention deficiency sometimes can benefit from working with a student that has a high level of understanding, whether they like reading more, so they can work together to be able to complete the assignment. And then the assessment that I would use is the interactive game on Kahoot. So technology knowledge, YouTube video, it's called What's Matter, and the Kahoot game, it's called States of Matter. This is the video that I would provide.
What's matter? No, not what's the matter. Obviously, since you're here with me, you're pretty awesome at the moment. You might have heard that everything is made of matter, and that's true. You, soccer balls, iPads, even your pet Fluffy, all made of matter. So that's interesting. But what is matter exactly? Matter is anything that has weight and takes up space.
So I would pause the video on what's matter, and I would ask my students as a whole group. I would have them write down on a sheet of paper what their answer is and then hold it up and show it so we can all agree, disagree, whether the answers are right. And it's not about having the correct answer, it's about them using, analytical thinking and trying to figure out before we're actually giving them the answer. I would continue to show the video, just pausing whenever I want to check for understanding, also just to get those higher order thinking questions involved in the lesson. And it's pretty much it, just getting them to think on their own instead of me giving them all the answers. And this video, I like that it's very, it shows real life scenarios, and I will fast forward a little bit to some of the information that I noticed.
You also know that water has weight if you carry a water bottle. As you drink from it, it gets lighter because you're removing water from it. Solids are matter too, of course, probably the most obvious kind. Rocks are solid, and so is ice, which is just solid water.
In my opinion, it's good to have these items in the classroom so kids can also be able to touch them and see them. So I would have ice cubes, I would have a water bottle. Further in the video, you're going to see that she uses a balloon with a box to show an example, and I think that also, activate their prior knowledge about what they've seen before, like a balloon and how it's filled with air, and how they can actually come up and be able to touch the balloon and, experience the project itself.
Look it, I can easily drop an empty balloon into this little box, but a full one won't fit. That's because the air that fills the space inside the balloon is bigger than the space inside the box.
Let me move
now,
on to the next example.
Let's try something.
For students that need more of a review over the states of matter, I would provide Nearpod, and this assignment gives them the objective, review the physical characteristics of matter, the 4 states of matter. They could work in pairs, answer questions, and this would be student-paced. It gives an explanation of the solid state of matter, the liquid state of matter, the gas state of matter. It provides a quiz at the end. Let's take a quiz, and the students would be able to answer the questions. For the students that are advanced and are just ready to actually do an assignment, I would offer this. I found this on Seesaw, and they would be able to drag each item into the correct classification. Again, I would go around checking for understanding and asking higher order thinking questions to be able to get them to be engaged in the lesson. And finally, in my opinion, it's always good to have an assessment. This would be a formative assessment, so I am able to see if the students were able to understand what was taught. And the game itself is a quiz, and the students will be able to challenge each other. So you go to the challenge, and they would be able to play against their classmates. Let me see. And so the way the Kahoot works is I would probably have the game pin already on my board so that they could have it. Their iPads would already have the Kahoot, so they would just have to I would probably have to just copy the URL too and put that on the board, and they would be able to access the Kahoot game. So I wanted to just show you how it works. So I'm going to do a practice game, and this is what the quiz would have. So it asks, helium is a stuff inside a balloon. It is a solid, liquid, or gas. And if there's any students that I need to read the question to, I would. Sorry, I'm... Okay, and the answer is gas. And you click next, and it would show the points that each student has. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought for a second. But this is pretty much it. It's interactive and fun for the students, and I like that it's more of a game, and I would be able to check for understanding as well. So the sources, I place them on the bottom. I just like having everything organized in one document. So that's pretty much it. Thank you.